Star Artisan here, back with another battle report, and today it is Adeptus Mechanicus versus Tau. There's a manufactorum in the middle there. We are playing the mission Deadlock, which is 6 objective cards at the beginning of the first turn, gradually lowering them down and discarding if we have to. So this is the terrain for today. We have 6 objectives. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 is in there, and number 6 is here. So we'll get back to you with the armies, and we're going to roll for Warlord traits and deployment. Guys, this is the Adeptus Mechanicus list that I'm running. There is my Warlord. He is an Archmagus Prime. He's got the Myrmidax upgrade, and he's got 2-phase plasma fusils, a Paragon Blade, and a Cyber Familiar. He's also running 4 Ocularis with him as well. He's also got an Avian upgrade as well. Over here we have a Magus Dominus. Nothing on him at all, just basic bog standard. We have 10 Ad Secularis Covenant. They have Right of Pure Thought, which gives them Fearless. They've got Induction Charges and Lasloks, as well as Carapace Armour. Over here we have 2 squads of 3 Myrmidon Secutors. We have 2 at the front running 2-phase plasma fusils each, and 1 with a Maxim Bolter. And the 2 behind are running the Gravitons, and the 3rd one running the Bolter with them as well. Over here we have 2 squads of 3 Thalax. They have heavy chain blades and a photon thruster in each squad. We also have back there the Castellax. They have automatic shield, which gives them a 5-up save. I've given them enhanced targeting arrays, which is +1 ballistic skill and -1 cover. 2 of them have a Darkfire cannon. The one on the front with the bolter there, he has Paragon of Metal as well, so we'll be pushing him up the field. We also have the Thanator over here as well, and thanks Phil, he also has an enhanced targeting array as well. And we also have the Knight, which will be running the rapid fire battle cannon. So yeah, that comes in at exactly 2,245 points, because one of the squad of Thalax have Tank Hunter. So we'll now move on to Johnny's Tau. So this is Johnny's Tau list. Johnny, what are you rolling?
This is my air commander. It's got 2 missile pods, target lock, velocity tracker, command and control node, and a pure tide engram chip, and a multi-spectrum sensor suite. This is another commander, but he's part of an allied detachment with the Fire Warriors and some fast attack stuff. But he's only got target lock and missile pods.
Right.
It's inferior with 2 shield drones. 2 squads of missile pods with velocity trackers, and 2 sergeants. One squad of crisis suits with fusion blasters and target locks. 1 Skyway with disruption pods. 2 units of Pathfinders with both with sergeants and pulse accelerators. 2 squads and EMP grenades as well. 2 squads of 12 Fire Warriors with pulse rifles and a sergeant, and all got EMP grenades as well.
Okay.
2 units of crew with crude hounds. 1 unit of sniper drones with 1 spotter and 9 drones, and 3 piranhas. 2 squads of 3 piranhas, all with burst cannons and disruption pods, which gives them +1 cover save.
No problem. So Johnny's going to be putting out quite a lot of firepower by the looks of it. We'll come back to you after deployment at the beginning of turn 1. So welcome back after deployment. Here is my deployment. Spreading out right across the field in case I get a number of objectives. Me and Johnny both rolled Warlord traits, and we both got generating extra tactical objectives. So we're both going to be drawing 7 cards in the first turn, so it's going to be pretty important. Here's Johnny's deployment over here. He's got some of the skimmers behind there. Fire Warriors in there. And this is like my 2nd ever game against Tau, so I don't really know them very well, so we'll see what happens. He has done some scout moves for the Fire Warriors over there, or stealth team I think. The Crute and the Commander are in reserves. One's going to be Deep Strike I think, and the others are outflanking. So Johnny, do you want to roll, see if you seize the initiative?
We left that.
Nope. And he does not, so we'll get back to you after Mechanicum, turn 1. Right, so here's my cards. Behind enemy lines, probably not going to get. Assassinate, we're going to have to get lucky. Same with the big game hunter. Secure objective 3 and 6 are actually on my side of the table, so I should be able to get them. Secure objective 4, it's one of the centre ones. We'll see if I can move up far enough to get that. And Supremacy, scored D3 if I hold at least 2 objective markers, at least twice as many as your opponent. So that one might be tricky, but we'll see if we can get it. Movement phase, I've decided to play a little bit aggressive here. I've moved Nocularis over this way, possibly grant intercept to them. Go and move through cover for the tech thralls to get me objective 3. And I'm going to push that Thanatar forward. Move the Ocularis round over here. And the Myrmidons have shuffled up. The Warlord's moving forward. Everyone's just kind of staying out of line of sight. These are pushed forward. The Knights move forward to secure objective 4 for me. The Myrmidon's got a 6-inch move through cover. And the Castellax there, looking to get a couple of shots in on that. So we'll now move on to the shooting phase. Right, so Mechanicum shooting phase turn 1, and wow, what a turn. The Thanatar shot a Helix Plasma Mortar here, took out 4 guys, including one of the characters that was there. The Castellax here shot up at the drones over there. He did take one of them to a wound, however Johnny passed his in run and I rolled against hot and failed my armour save. This Castellax shot and the drones passed their saves. I've ran the tech thralls up a little bit. Over here, the Castellax and the Myrmidons shot up there. The Myrmidons took out, I think, about 4. The Castellax shot took out 1 as well. Johnny went to ground, but they also failed their initiative test because of blind, which meant that they were snap shooting. He failed his his leadership test, and he ran 2 inches back. And the best of all, over here, the Knight took out the Squad Sergeant, the Warlord, and all of the Crisis battle suits. So that was it for shooting phase. It was quite productive. However, I'm expecting a bit of a kicking back from Johnny on the next turn. I've still got some jetpack moves to make, so I'll come back to you after I've made those. Guys, so jetpack moves, just moved the Thalax up a little bit. I actually still need to move the Ocularis, and I've moved the Magus up there as well. I'm going to move the Ocularis in a couple of seconds. However, just to go through points, I've got Slay the Warlord and First Blood. Assassinate, I scored D3 victory points because I killed 3 characters. The Warlord, the Crisis Suit Sergeant, and one of the Fire Warriors Sergeants, and I rolled a 3, so that's 2 points for that. Secure objective 3, 6 and 4. And Supremacy, I hold 3 objective markers. Johnny doesn't hold any, so I scored 2 victory points on the D3 for that. Puts me at, how many points was that total? 9. 9 points for turn 1. So I think I will discard behind enemy lines for the minute, and we'll keep Big Game Hunter, and we'll move on to Johnny's turn 1. Right, so here's Johnny's objectives. Hold the line, which he's probably going to get. Assassinate, kill a character. I only have 4. Ascendancy, he might be able to get. Domination, secure objective 1, 2 and 3. I don't think he's going to get 3 as I'm sat on that quite well. So just to show you what's happened so far, he's basically shuffled everything up. He's looking to get them to claim objective 1, I think. And shuffled everything just straight up the field, moving everything out. So he's also issued an order from the Ethereal there.
Fire an extra shot at half range for pulse weapons.
So there we go. I think he's going to look to take that Castellax out before it gets anywhere near him. So we'll come back to you after Tau shooting phase, turn 1. I'm expecting it to be brutal. Right, end of shooting phase, and it's been pretty lethal. All of the drones up there with 3 shots apiece took out the Castellax. He got 6 Rens, filled every single invuln. Over here, the Fire Warriors shot down at these, as well as the Crisis Suits. I lost 6, which isn't too bad, and at least I took Fearless with them. Over here, these have turbo boosted up, and this one at the back here got immobilized, rolled a 1 for difficult terrain, so he's got now objective 2. Over here as well, the tank shot at the Knight, and despite the invuln on the front arc, failed every single save, so he's now down to 3 whole points. And over here, I also lost a Myrmidon to the, are there snipers? No, Marker Lights. The Marker Lights over here managed to, and 5 seeker missiles from the skimmers back there, took down one of the myrmidons and put a wound on the remaining one there as well. I do need to take a morale check on them, so let's roll that now. Leadership 9, then the good. So we'll now move on to the assault phase. I think Johnny's probably going to make some jetpack moves, so we'll get back to you after that. So after Tau turn 1, Johnny scored secure objective 1, secure objective 2, and hold the line. He also had ascendancy and he rolled a 6, so that puts Johnny's score at 6. So that's Tau 6, mechanicum 9. So we'll now move on to mechanicum turn 2. It's mechanicum turn 2 and I've drew some bad cards. Secure objective 5 and 1, both on Johnny's side. Big game hunter, destroyer vehicles. So I think that's going to be the point I'll go for. I need to get something, otherwise I'm going to starve myself with points for the rest of the game. I have done all my movements so far. The myrmidons and the Adsecularis Covenant have moved up. Up here, the Ocularis have moved up to try and deny them the Jink. I've then moved the Warlord and the Thalax up here as well. Myrmidons have moved forward again, hopefully get a couple of hairwire blasts. The Thalax are there, looking to hopefully take out some Fire Warriors. The Knight, I think I'm probably going to try and go for the tank. And the Castellax over there is just pivot to get a couple of shots on it. So we'll move on to shooting phase and see what happens. Right guys, shooting phase for the Mechanicum has been pretty good. The Myrmidons took all of these out. The Thanatar shot up here and took some of the drones. Down here, the Magus took out one of the skimmers. The Knight shot over here and managed to kill one of the crisis suits. And over here, the Thalax from here managed to shoot and kill one of the warriors, or the stealth team rather. And the Darkfire from the Castellax in this back corner shot up and took another one out. The heavy stubber from the Knight did shoot at the tank over there, and we're looking to now charge that. So it's been pretty productive on the shooting phase. We're now going to move on to the assault phase. Right, welcome back after the assault phase, guys. The Magus Prime took down one of the skimmers over here, the other one's still immobilised. And over here, the Knight absolutely wrecked the tank. Got a 6 on the destroyer weapon, so removes from player. So I did score Big Game Hunter, and I don't get secure objective 1 or 5, so that's 1 more victory point for me. Tau turn 2, Johnny's getting secure objective 4 and 3, and 5 twice. He sat on 5, so he's probably going to get that and assassinate, kill some characters. He has rolled for his reserve. There was only 1 Kroot that didn't come on, so the commanders come on over here, looking to pincer the Knight. Unfortunately, he's getting caught in there, so we'll see if he survives. Over here, however, the Kroot have came in right back there, and probably going to look to try and take out the Magus. I think I'm probably going to intercept with the Castellax due to having the Ocularis there as well. So Johnny has moved the rest of his models over. He's just shuffled everybody up here, and he's moved them over there. Probably looking to shoot the Seeker missile straight into the side of the Knight. So we'll come back after the shooting phase. I think it's going to be make or break for me in this turn. Guys, Tau shooting turn 2, and over here the crisis suits and the Fire Warriors shot at the Myrmidons and took 2 of them out. The Lord still stands though. He did pass his leadership test. Over here, the Castellax intercepted with the bolt guns and the Darkfire and took out 2 Kroot. The Kroot then rapid fired over at the Magus, and he managed to pass all but 1 of his saves, so he's alive still. Over here, the Seeker missiles shot from the skimmers over there at the right hand side of the Knight. He didn't put the shield up, and as a result he lost a hull point. However, the crisis suits there shot the melters and only got 1 pen, and with the Knight being down on 1 hull point, I had to make a 4-pin run, and he passed, so he is still alive. So I'm not expecting him to last the next turn though. That was it pretty much for shooting phase. The skimmer here did shoot at the Warlord. We passed his save as well. So we'll now move on to assaults if Johnny's doing any assaults. If not, we will move on to my turn. We'll move on to my turn. These are the cards that Johnny's decided to keep. He decided to discard Secure Objective 3. He did score Secure Objective 5 twice. And the score at the end of turn 2 is 8 to Tau, 10 to Mechanicum. Mechanicum turn 2, Secure Objective 2, which I'm already sat on, and I've got Secure Objective 5 and 1 from last turn. 5 I reckon I can get the Thalax over 2, and I will trump Johnny due to being objective secured. Objective 1 might be able to make it onto it, but we'll have to see what happens. Right, so movement phase. The Castellax moved round here. Going to take on the Kroot and stop them shooting at anything else. Hopefully tie them up for quite a while. Over here, the Myrmidons pushed forward. The Ocularis have moved up, as well as the Warlord. The Thalax have come over here to get that objective and try and take down the Skimmer there as well. The Myrmidons and the Thalax have pushed forward here as well. I want to try and get over there Objective 5 with the Thalax. The Knight has moved round. Johnny actually jetpack thrusted them into the cover, so I'm hoping to get rid of them as well. I've just realised as well I need to move the Covenant Tech Thralls. We'll move them and see if they can add any extra damage. Guys, so the shooting phase has been pretty decent. Over here, we fired the Helix Plasma Mortar from the Thanator. Took out some of the Warriors, but didn't get any of the Crisis Suits, unfortunately. Down here, the Myrmidon fired across at the Fire Warriors there and took them out. Over here, the Thalax shot at the last Skimmer there, took that down. Over here, did some serious damage. The Myrmidons fired the Graviton guns and took all of them out. The Knight then fired the Battle Cannon, as well as the Stubbers, and only took out one of the Crisis Suits in there. So that's it for shooting. I've done quite a lot there. We're going to now move on to Assault and Jetpack moves. Guys, I did do some assaults. The Castellax charged into the Kroot. He took out a couple of them. He didn't take any wounds to Overwatch. The Kroot failed the leadership in the running. Unfortunately, being Initiative 2, I couldn't catch them. Over here, the jetpack move from the Lord over here is just within 3 inches of that. And we also assaulted over here as well. The Knight totally obliterated the suits that were over here. And here as well, the Thalax jetpack moved, and they are within 3 inches of that objective. So I score 4 objectives, Secure Objective 1, 2 and 5 twice. So that's the total score of, what's the total score, Johnny?
Total score 14 to my 8 for my Mechanicum.
So that's 14 to 8 to the Mechanicum, and it's now Tau turn 3. Tau turn 3, Johnny's drew out Secure Objective 4. He's still got Objective 1 and Assassinate. He's done his moves. The Crisis Suits have moved over here, looking to get a pot shot on the Knight down there. The other Kroots came on from the side, and the other ones there rallied, so I think they're going to try and take out the Magus. Over here as well, the Skimmers moved, and they are going to be within 3 inches of Objective 4, so they will get that. I think they're probably going to look to take out the Myrmidons. That was it for the movement phase. We will now move on to Johnny's shooting phase. Guys, at the end of Tau shooting phase turn 3, we're going to call the game because we're unfortunately running out of time. Over here, Johnny shot at the Magus and didn't cause any wounds. Over there, the Kroot rapid fired into the Magus that was hiding back over there, and he only failed 2 saves, which meant he went down. Over here, I lost the Myrmidons, and the ones that jumped out here took a pot shot at the Knight and wrecked him. He failed one of his saves, and he was down to 1 whole point, so he went down. So that scored Johnny Assassinate for killing the character, Secure Objective 4, and he did not get Objective 1, which at the end of turn 3, because the Kroot have Line Breaker, it meant that the final score was 13-14, but we're going to call it there. And because this is my first game against, with the Mechanicum, I just wanted Johnny's opinions. What do you think of the list, mate?
This is really good, but the problem for me, I underestimate how much firepower this army actually put out. But the mixture of models, like especially with the monstrous creatures and that Knight was, I already knew it was a major target, but the other stuff, especially these over here, I didn't know nothing about them.
The Thanator and the Castellax.
I was caught off that, especially first turn, just large blast killed it, like.
Especially forcing you to re-roll successful cover saves as well.
The cover save manipulation, because obviously with 7th edition format, it's all about cover saves and all that. But and that, this is definitely a tier 1, tier 0 army if you use it right. And if you learn how to use the army properly, you can pretty much dominate. Like the only thing I didn't like is because you had that expensive monstrosity in the corner sitting there on object doing nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one. But if you should swap around, if you take some more cheap like
the tech thralls, yeah.
Tech thralls, just sit them on the objective.
Well, funnily enough, I've already bought some Chaos Cultists. I want to convert them up. The £35 for 10 from Forge World, where Cultists I got 10 for £9. So I'm going to convert some of them. I think definitely running them in a squad of 20 when they're fearless as well. So the only thing that you really seriously need as well, especially with it being an object-based game, get some fast-moving stuff. So cap stuff in late games, because see how I might cap that get 2 points. The problem is the fastest things that we've got, besides the transport, is the Thalax, the jetpack infantry. So they did it, and the Myrmidons pushed up and tanked a lot of the wounds. But yeah. But it's been an interesting game. It would have been nice to continue to see how it went. But yeah, it's been interesting. So if you like the army, please stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, and I'm hoping to do a couple of more batreps with these as well. But just before we go, here's a quick word from our sponsors.
Codex Phil here.
So yeah, thanks very much guys, and stay tuned.